Let's start with our feet about hip width apart. We're going to focus today on the upper core, the pecs, the shoulders, the lats, the serratus, so important, the mobility of the scapula on the rib cage. And let's just start with that. Bringing our shoulders forward and back, forward and back. Careful not to just hinge at the ball and socket, but you really want to feel your shoulder blades slide together and apart. Sliding together and apart. And your spine wants to respond here by a little extension when your shoulder blades come together, a little flexion when your shoulder blades move apart. Let's really get our minds sensing the very bottom corner of the scapula, because that's the part that gets stuck so often. And when that gets stuck, it's really hard for the arm and shoulder to move. Now with big arms, breathing in, lifting the sternum, lifting the front ribs, arms back, shoulder blades together. Breathing out, little spinal flexion, shoulder blades apart, arms reach in front. You can really augment and kind of finalize this movement with a little spread of the fingers and extension of the wrists to really open the palm. And let's get that whole line open from the fingertip through the palm, the wrist and forearm flexors, through the biceps and the pectoralis minor. A little bit of lift through the sternum and extension through the middle back. And then bring it together one more time. Lift the sternum, the front ribs, open the palms, elongate through the whole front of the arm, and then bring it together. Both arms up now, easy, over the head, and then bring them down, palms facing you, fingers facing each other. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, scooping up the energy, breathing out, cascading that energy down the front of your body. Let's keep doing this now with our feet a little wider than shoulder width apart. So as we come down, we can sink a little bit into our bent knees. Breathing in, lifting, breathing out, sinking. For this next one, let's lift up just onto our toes a little bit, get those heels an inch off the ground if you can. And then as you sink, rock back down into the heels and ground yourself into whatever earth or floor you're standing on. One more time. Keeping our legs nice and wide apart to give ourselves a nice, firm, stable base. The knees are bent slightly. The low back is relaxed. Your tailbone's not tucked, nor are you arching your middle back. It's in a nice, neutral position. Take your right arm, reach up for the sky, and gently with the left arm, reach for the ground. Getting an elongation across the chest and across the clavicles, gently. Stretching up with the left arm now and down with the right arm. Stretching up with the right arm, down with the left arm. And as we do this, we're really opening and mobilizing that serratus anterior, all that intercostal fascia, the thoracolumbar fascia, that tends to get like a tight t-shirt, restricts our breathing, restricts our shoulder movement. Good. Again now, up with the left arm, down with the right arm. On this next one, as we come up with the right arm, we're going to lengthen first toward the sky and then side bend to the left and breathe into your right side. I'm supporting myself a little bit with my left forearm on my left thigh. That feels so good. Lift up and then over. It's up and over. Feel that stretch through the whole left side of your body. Good. One more time to each side. Up and then over Left side now. Up and then over. Well done. Give yourself a moment to shake out. I'm going to come a little closer to the camera now so you can see this next part. This is a beautiful full expression of shoulder and upper body mobility. If you have a frozen shoulder or impingement or tendonitis in your shoulder, this may be too much for you. If you can do it, then I suggest that you do. Let's start with the left hand, okay? The palm is up and the fingers are pointed away from you. My feet are wide, wider than hip width apart. And we're going to start by bringing the pinky side of the hand toward your abdomen and then turn it so the fingers are pointed to your abdomen, and keep turning until your left fingers are pointing to your left. The palm is still up. Imagine that you have a bowl in your hand and you want to make that bowl stay facing up and not spill your soup. One more time. The fingers point towards you. Keep going with that movement. The wrist is flexed. Now the shoulder is fully internally rotated, and you can see my body has side bent away a little bit to make room for that. Let's do the right hand now. Palm up, fingers pointing away. Bring the palm toward you, fingers face you, the wrist flexes. The body leans a little bit to the left. The shoulder internally rotates. Now those fingers are pointed to the right, and the palm is still up. Again. Fingers toward you, around, palm is still facing up. One more time. Nice job. Good. Let's go back to the left now. Roll it around. Now what we're going to do is keep moving in that same circle so the hand comes up over the head. I'll step back so you can see that a little better. Bring it back, around, way up high and over, and feel this whole left side open and mobilize now as you do that. Let's do another circle in that direction. Up and around, another circle in that direction. Big shoulder mobilization. So we want to make this a little more challenging for ourselves. We can make that circle a little lower, and then it really makes our spine have to side bend and extend and rotate in order to make room for that. If you feel compression or pain in your lower back when you do this, then I suggest you work up to it. Let's do it with the right hand now. Coming around. Keep that circle going, lifting way up high. Circle just keeps going. It's really a big figure eight. It's like an infinity sign in the air. With your hand, this circulates the blood through the arm and the shoulder so beautifully, gently wringing out the muscles of the rotator cuff. Any one of us who uses our upper body in our work the way that I do, it's really nice to do this. Bring that circle a little lower now, making your spine side bend, extend, and rotate in order to accommodate that movement. Oh, that feels so good. One more time. Now we're going to try both hands at the same time. So the palms are up, the fingers are facing away. All 10 fingers point toward you. Keep rolling them. Full internal rotation. I had to stick my butt out a little bit to make room for that. And then the hands come up and over and back to the starting position. Fingertips point toward you. Fingertips pointing out. Moving the hands forward and up. Keeping those soup bowls facing up, holding that soup. Don't want to spill any hot soup. Let's do 3 more. Big breath in and out. Big breath in and out. Really feeling a lot of opening and lifting through the front ribs and the diaphragm here. One more time. Now just simple arms up, and then that energy cascades down the front of your body, sink into the soles of your feet. Lift and sink. your feet a little closer together. And let's just finish the left hand, the palm on your abdomen, the right hand over the left. And just 3 easy, soft breaths. A lot of gratitude for our healthy bodies, as healthy as they may be, for nice days like this one, for the ability to communicate over time and space through YouTube. Appreciate that. Thank you for joining me for this today. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I know I have, and I'll see you again real soon.